Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got a great one for you today. As you can see, we've got this full width slider here. And it's got this zoom effect on each of the slides. As the slide comes in, it's going to fade in or fade out depending on how you want to set it. Really nice little feature. Of course, it'll work just as well on tablet and mobile if I hit my F12 key. I'm using Google Chrome here. Here we have it on an iPad. Let's check it out on a phone. And here we have it on the phone. Really easy to do, so let's get started. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. And let's go down. We'll add a new section, little blue button right there. I'm going to make it a regular section. Inside, I'm going to put a single column. Just roll down so you can see what's going on. It's a white section here. In my column, I'm going to use a slider, funnily enough. Let's just save this and we'll delete the section on top. Great. Or here we have a little slider. Now, of course, I want mine to be full screen. So we could have used a full screen module, but making a row full width is a good thing to know, and you can do it with any module that way. So just go into a row, the green tab. We go to design. We go to sizing. We go down here to width. Slide it up to 100%. I'm going to copy that, Control C. I'm going to paste it down below in the max width right there, or you can just type it in if you want to. We've now got a full width slider going on. Now, I don't want this white space at the top and the bottom here. So while we're in the row and in design, for close up sizing, just underneath we've got spacing. That's where you always find margin and padding. You'll take any padding away by putting a 0 in there, then just hitting the chain. It'll do the opposite side. Still got a bit there, which will be in the section. So let's get rid of that. I'm going to save my changes here. Go back into the section, the blue tab. Do exactly the same thing. Design, spacing, 0. Hit the chain. Fantastic, just what I wanted. Okay, well let's make this slider do what we want it to do, and then we'll add that zoom effect. So if we click on it, we can go back into the module, dark tab for the module there. I'm going to get rid of the second slide. We'll work on the first slide, get it the way we want it, and I'll just duplicate it for expediency. Let's go into our first one here. Whatever you want your title to say there. Whatever you want your button to say. And of course, whatever you want your content to say here. I don't want mine to be quite as spread out as this on desktop. So I'm going to split it up a little bit. I'm doing shift return, so it only does it by one line rate there. Then one more time. Perfect, it's more condensed that way. Of course, you could go in and shrink down the module. I think I'm going to have mine on the left, and let's just change that title, and that's all we'll do with that. So if we go over to design now, we'll just go into text. I'm going to have mine aligned left, and we'll close that up. Go into the title text. It's right there. You can change the font if you want to. Just roll over it, it'll give you an example. Just select any one you want. Let's throw Able in there. I'm going to capitalize it, make it a bit heavier. Let's make it quite a lot bigger. If I roll down a bit, you can change the color if you want to. I'm just going to make it a lot bigger. And let's make sure it's going to fit on tablet and mobile by rolling over the dark text. You'll see some little icons appear. Hit the little mobile phone. We can set our tablet size. We'll bring it down in size on the tablet. And mobile phone size. It's actually not too bad, but again, bring it down a little bit. That'll work for me. Great. Or to finish off, we'll just make it a little more interesting by giving it a better background. Back over in content, you'll always find background under content. I'm going to go over the background image. And I think we had this fella. Great. Well, once we're happy, let's save that. We'll go back to the main slider settings. Back to the content, roll up to the top. Well, I'll just duplicate this a couple of times. I'll change out the slide in each of these. So we've got something to slide to. 2 little squares to duplicate. Here's one. Just change that background out. And I use that image. Guess we better change that title. We'll save that. Exactly the same thing. Going to clone it. Going to go into the next one. We'll change out that background image. Yes, we'll change out the title as it comes first. Get into the background. And I think I had that young lady on the telephone. Great. Well, now we've got our 3 slides. Let's create our little zoom animation effect. But before we do that, we want to go into our section and make sure when we zoom in on this thing, it doesn't spill out of the section here. So I'm going to save my slider settings here. I'm going to go into my section, the blue tab for the section. I'm going to go to design and sizing, and I'm going to give it a specific height for all devices here. So in sizing, if we roll down, we've got height. I'm going to start sliding it down. I'm going to use actually viewable height rather than the pixel value there. So let's try 60 viewable height. Maybe a little bit short. You can increment up and down or just type in a different value. I want to get my little pagination dots in there, so let's just increment up. There they are right there. That's plenty. Now let's roll over the dark writing again on the height. We'll do the same with tablet. That's pretty close. So about 50 viewable height, perhaps 50 VH. Close. A little too high. That'll work. And on the phone. Again, we'll try 50. Again, a little bit too high. Should be fine. Great. Well, let's save our changes now. And we'll create the zoom effect. To do that, we need to go into our module, our slider module, the dark tab for the module. I'm going to go over to the advanced. And we're going to go down to the custom CSS. They got this great freeform CSS tab here, which allows us to write some fairly complex CSS code. So to select this, all we need to write is selector, S-E-L-E-C-T-O-R. Then we can open and close some curly brackets, and we can tell it what we want it to do. I want it to animate, so I'm going to say animation. I'm going to say colon. I'm going to give it a name. I'll call it image zoom, imzoom, shorthand for image zoom for me. I'm going to have mine running for 60 seconds, which is quite a long time. We can adjust it for a different effect. I want it to keep on going and going, so I'm going to say infinite. And I want it to be smooth, so let's say linear. And don't worry, I'll put all this code down below the video for anybody that needs it. Great. Well, let's create our little animation that we called imzoom there. And just copy it. So we'll drop down. We're going to be using keyframes to do this today. So I'm going to say at keyframes. Then the name of it, which I just copied. Then we can open and close some more curly brackets. And we can use our 60 seconds to tell it what we want it to do. Well, at 0%, basically when the page loads, and at 100%, I want it to be at regular size. So I'm going to put a comma, and then 100%. Then halfway along our 60 seconds, obviously the 30 seconds mark, I'm going to want it to be a different size. So 0 and 100%, I'm going to open and close some more curly brackets. Now I'm going to say transform, colon scale. I'm going to put some round brackets at the end there. I want it to be normal size when it's the page loads and at the end there. So I'm just going to say 1 times scale. Now I can just copy this from the 0 to the first curly bracket there. I'm going to drop down. I'm going to paste it back in there. I'm going to change both of those for just at 50%. I'm going to do mine by 1.3%. So that should be like a third larger, like that. As you can see, it started doing it. As we hit the overflow on our section there, it's not spilling out over. Now you can slow this down or you can speed it up. If you want it to move faster, put a smaller value in there. And depending on the timing of your slider when you make it go automatic, it's entirely up to you. If you want it to go a lot slower, just put a higher value in. And it's a lot more subtle. So let's make this thing auto rotate and we should be good to go. I'm going to put mine back to 60 seconds. While we're in the slider, we've got our code in there. To automate this, I'm going to go to design, down to animation, and then you've got automatic animation. And now while I'm in here, I get a lot of questions every time I do a slider. I can't find automatic animation. If that's the case, you're probably in one of your slides. If I go into one of these slides, you go to design, go to the bottom, there's no animations tab. If that's the case, hit your little green check mark there, takes you back to the main slider settings in design, down the bottom, that's where you'll find it. I'm going to switch that to on. By default, it does it every 7 seconds, 7,000 milliseconds. Let's just make it 9. We've got a lot going on there, so 9,000 milliseconds. I like it to stop animating to the next slide when they put their mouse on it. If you want it to continue going to the next slide, do that. But this way they put their mouse on it, it gives them time to read the writing, etc., etc., hit the button if they need to. So, if we've done everything correctly, we should be good to go. Let's save our changes. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And let's exit the visual builder. And there we have it. There's our first slide. It's coming out. Every 9 seconds, I think we had it set to. It's going to go to the next slide. Continue doing its thing. When it gets to its widest point, it'll start zooming back in again, which will probably be halfway around the next slide here. But that's a really nice little subtle effect to have on your site. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you build something with this, drop the URL down below. We'd love to take a look at it. It's always great to see people's work. Don't forget, if you have any questions, drop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video just like this one. Well, once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesigndetectives.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.